Dude, is this your first time? You seem like a veteran of Radio Row. Is this you've done
This
this?
is my third time.
Does it get any easier to maneuver and do stuff?
I mean, it's like a conference, you know? Like you go and you just like almost like
Yeah.
networking, right? Like you go meet people. You know, I come out here to meet people, to show my face, to present some of the stuff that I'm doing off the field. Vaughn's out here, so I got to see Vaughn.
Where's Vaughn?
Vaughn right there.
There he is. Walks in like Jesus. Von Miller.
Vaughn Miller, everybody. The man, the myth himself. The man, the myth himself. The man, the myth himself. My brother. Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
he
sir.
floats when he walks, my friend. It's fantastic.
My ayahuasca brother.
I mean, that is really fun to see stuff. Hey, I almost grabbed, like, I couldn't get his, I almost put my finger in his butt accidentally. I didn't mean to. That's wild.
It's all right.
But yeah, Von.
Comfortable in your skin. It's all right.
I've got a long list of real good reasons for all the things I've done. And regret is just a memory written on my brow. And there's nothing I can do about it now.
It is wild, just like the folks you run into. Just kind of like a weird dance, because people are always like between doing stuff. and
Sure.
It's cool. It's a fun experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it.
No, I like it. Again, I think I've been to conferences before, and it just seems again like you just go network and go talk, and which is cool. We talk about football all week. All you just get to do, you guys come here and talk about football all week. I love coming here and doing these. Obviously, we all wish we were playing this weekend, but the next cool thing is coming here, seeing all the old faces, old heads of the league, the new heads of the league, the people that you talk on the phone with. I met Miguel, who's been doing my ESPN Deportes for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Never met him. Just met him a couple minutes ago.
That's awesome.
It's for the first time. So it's cool networking, cool place to be.
It is cool to finally put to see people in person, put a face and put an actual oh, there's a life behind
Sure.
the person you see on a screen.
Right.
And actually have those interactions. I find it extremely humbling. So are you sick of, I would assume are you sick of people asking you how you're feeling with everything that's changed?
No, I've kind of said the similar answer. Do I agree with Sean getting fired? No. Does my opinion matter? No. Am I excited about the one person who I think can help, can make the change in Joe Brady being hired? Absolutely. I think he's the one hire who is probably makes the most sense. That he's been there, he understands Josh. Jim Leonard coming in I played with Jim back in Cleveland, which is crazy.
People seem to be super juiced about.
Yeah, he's very, very, very smart, high IQ football. He's got a style that he expects your players to play with, and it's gonna be a lot of change. But I know the guys in that locker room, the guys in that building, they'll adapt to the change, and maybe not too much. Obviously, Joe's been there before. He knows how the guys work. He knows how they operate, and so it's just getting over that last little edge, last little hump is what everybody wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much information to ask a player to digest in the first 2 weeks. Because not only have you put yourself through your 13th season, Jordan Poyer, now you're asking yourself you're being asked about this guy. Because the first thing that came to my mind when the news came through is just the man.
Sure.
And of course, everyone's got their quirks. We all do, and they manifest itself in different ways, whatever you want to say it. But I love the man.
100%.
And I thought you answered that well, because two things can be very true. One is I could not agree with it and don't see it, but also be excited about the future.
Sure.
It's a hard thing it's a gentle balance. It feels like when you're answering the question, but it's the most apt way to answer it.
100%. And I've gotten a chance to get to know Sean. Obviously been playing with him since 2017, but really over this last season, he was my neighbor. I actually stayed in Vaughn's house yeah. So he was my neighbor, and
Trailview,
his kids and my daughter always playing. Both of him and I are going picking up our kids at each other's house, and just. He's a special man, not just as a coach, right? Like as somebody who you look up to as a father, as a husband, And as a leader of men, a leader of a community, and again, if it wasn't for him, that organization wouldn't be where they're at right now. And so, super thankful for him crossing paths with Sean. I know he's gonna land on his feet whenever that may be, but couldn't be more grateful for him and his family. But again, we move on. I've been cut before, so I know what happens. So we just, it is what it is, and you move on, and there's no point in sulking about it. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it is. Well, shit, it sucks when it happens, but man, good Lord, it's part of it. Everyone gets touched, dude. Everyone gets touched somehow. Hey, it seemed like you found some joy again playing football. Not that you didn't have joy before, but it sounded like felt like it's hard to explain, but as a friend, it seemed like you were a celebration of life almost while you're about there playing.
Yeah, it was the first time I've had fun playing football since a long time. One, going back, playing with the guys again, going back to Buffalo, super exciting. Two, just like being healthy. It was the healthiest that I had felt in a long time. And yeah, I'm 34. I don't have the same pop that I had when I was 27, 28, but I still have an IQ of the game. I know where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there, and I can still get there. And I can be healthy doing it. I can use my hands to get off blocks. And so that having your hands, I don't like even just like fingers, dude. Having your hands in a game is everything. Being able to get off
your hands,
use
buddy.
Strike is everything. So like when you have a torn UCL and you can't use your fucking hands or your fingers are all effed up like these, bro, like it's hard. It makes the game hard, But again, for the first time in a long time, I felt healthy. Tweaked my hamstring at the end of the season, which was unfortunate. But if the worst thing I came out with this season was a hamstring, I'm pretty blessed. Just finished my 13th season and thankful for it all, man. Just thankful for today, thankful for the breath, thankful for being right now, thankful for all the experiences, the good, the bad, the indifferent, because it's all part of the journey. So I'm here now.
Life's a dance, you learn as you go. Isn't that kind of wild stuff?
Come on.
Oh, you still pop. You're still thumping dudes. And I was like, oh, there he is.
I appreciate it.
About once or twice a game, especially felt like you kind of.
There goes that man.
What's amazing is when you get in your later years and you kind of find that second wind. And I don't know what part of the season is, whether week 8 or 10. Dude, by like mid-season, you were thumping dudes again.
Good. It took me. I was having a podcast earlier. We were talking about the season and the roller coaster of signing on the practice squad to being up active week 5, and then being like in the games, like starting weeks 5, 6. I had a terrible game against Miami, and I wanted that game so bad. Like, I wanted to win that game.
It's always the games
and I played so bad.
It's always the games you want the most.
Oh my god!
The Lord humbles you in the most impressive way.
I did everything right, bro. I did everything right to prepare myself. I went out there and just shit in the bed, and I did not play well. We didn't play well. Ended up losing, and that was probably a good reflection. Like that was my 3rd game, so it took me 3-4 games to start to okay, that's what it feels to hit somebody again. That's what it feels to get your shit rung real quick, right? It ain't that bad, right? This is the first time doing it. It's like, do I want to get my shit rung real quick? And then you do it. It's like, okay, we in it now. What I mean?
Do those hits when you're just like, it is the first time because practice, training camp, all that stuff. There he is. There he goes.
The man, the myth.
The guy walks around like Jesus. It's crazy. It's nuts. He's a good bird. He's a good dude. You could have a whole podcast about Vaughn and still not figure him out. What a fantastic guy. No, I was saying nothing important, but it is interesting about the first hit you take in season. Yeah. And that first you do the few blinks, and then you're good. Just blink. If I just blink and pretend like it's not. Anyways.
Bro.
But it takes a few.
Takes a few. Shoulders got to get loose, backed up.
Yep.
Well, that first one on the shoulder where you kind of got to get one, oh shit.
And they're like,
oh shit. All right, we here.
You take a month or 2 off of hockey when I was playing or something. Same thing. Yeah. You got to get right back into it. You hit somebody and be like, I don't know if I really want to do this.
Right.
Anymore.
For sure.
But then you get used to it. You adapt.
No, dude. Man, this league is so humbling. There's so many experiences you can, any facet of the sport is crazy. Dude, I'd be remiss not to bring up, I know it's a sore subject, but we've been in a few of those locker rooms post Heartbreak, right? It just seemed a little different from what I heard. This one, like, can you just talk about, maybe not that one in particular, but just talk about, because I found the greatest camaraderie I could have as a teammate sometimes for those first 48 hours after season. Like, can you just kind of dive in? Because I feel like you're the most apt person to kind of dive into like the raw emotions of what that's like in those locker rooms.
I wasn't playing, so I got a chance to kind of see it from a
Bird's
little
eye
bit
view.
zoomed out. That was it. It was one of like, it was like the 13 seconds, right? Like right there. You know what I mean? Like, what the fudge? Like, no way. Like right there, and then it's just like all of a sudden it's over, right? And then all of those emotions all at once start to come, and like, I mean, it was sad. It was a sad moment. And something that you look back on and you'll grow from, you'll learn from, whether it's individually, collectively, as a team. Yeah, it was tough seeing grown men cry, seeing the season being over just like that. It's always fascinates me that moment, right? Like that moment, you do all this since July, right? And then that moment where the clock hits 0 and it's just like
Over.
it's over. Like I've always been fascinated with like that right there. I don't know why, because it's just like you do so much and then all of a sudden it's over. The boys that you've gone to war with every week, like, just you got exit meetings tomorrow, and it's like, all right, bro, I'll see you when I see you.
The business is a cruel bitch.
But it's interesting, like in the playoffs, because I find that that if it doesn't go your way, that's going to be the feeling.
Sure.
But it still shocks you every single time you do it.
Every time. Take your pads off, like, dog, like, is this it, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what? And it's like, especially after a game like that, like, bro, Cooks caught the ball. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and I swear, bro, half the time I feel like I don't want to get fined or nothing, but like, golly, like, how much
We
control?
can edit it out. Come on.
How much control do we actually have when we go out there and play the game? You can go out there and play a perfect game, bro. One call changes the entire momentum of a game. It could be, I mean, 30 to 15. I convert, and you have the spread. You're supposed to win the spread, right? I converted 3rd and 15. Boom, I'm in momentum, bro. We're in the red zone. There's an incidental. There's a hands to the face every play. There's a hold every play. There's a illegal contact every play. You could call these every play, but these specific plays that you're changing the entire momentum of the game, you decided to call it or not call it there, right? Like, holy shit! Like, we're not calling the PI in the end of the end zone on B Cooks. Okay, I get that. All right, fine. But then, like, we're not even gonna look at if he had a catch. We're not. And who are we talking to on these headsets? Who, at the end of the day, where it's like, yo, was that a catch or was that not a catch? Was that this or was that that? Who is that going to? What happened to the good old-fashioned ref under the booth looking at it himself?
I do feel like we're losing the booth on the feet. Remember that? You remember like the first few years?
Do we even have it?
Where you could kind of almost like sneak in and see what they're looking as a player.
Yeah, but why do we even have it if he's just listening to like somebody telling him, say, hey, we might as well have no referees have little pylons on the side that throw out flags when they're watching from New York and say, hey, there's a flag right there. Because why do we have refs?
Did that. First of all, we talk about diving into a podcast, still not knowing. I mean, either way you look at it, the pros and cons, all that stuff. The one guy I was gutted for, who I thought had a fantastic season, that of course, like, that game. Yeah. Trey White, dude. It was, because just as a person, like if you would talk about just a teammate or a person.
For sure.
You were privy to it. I was privy to it. Just his, first of his rise. You were there for his real rise of like Trey White, the goalie academy dude. When I got there, his exuberant personality, all this stuff. And then he continued his play. New Orleans Thanksgiving has the ACL.
Yeah.
Comes back, Achilles, boom. but then he comes back and has this rebirth. And then you get to see Trey White kind of being Trey White again.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, even not in the building, his interactions with people was cool. Maybe not that game, but just talk about how fun it was to see Trey White kind of come back into his own a little bit.
Yeah, it just seemed like he found his rhythm, his confidence back. He was having fun playing. He was, you know, there was like a group of like 6 or 7 of us that would almost like non-verbally be challenging each other every day to see who can like stay the longest to like be getting the most treatment and taking care of their body, right? Like whether it be in the tubs.
I know those tubs were getting abused with salt or salt and alcohol.
Oh, for sure.
You
They
guys
had to spend over $2 million on that damn on the salt that we have at that facility. But I mean, just like, you know, and like when you see one guy doing it like a Trey White, like, right, like that motivates me to now, okay, like let me stay a little later and get my body right, and like now that's gonna motivate the next guy. It's like a web, and so seeing him and you know he's family man, he's got another baby on the way, so I mean,
another boy.
I mean, another boy, yeah,
4 of them,
crazy. But I mean,
he's fertile in the ways of men. Since my man keeps cranking out dudes.
Yeah, it was incredible to see him like shine again the way that everybody knows he can. And especially in Buffalo, you know, where he came up, his name came up, and, you know, couldn't be more happier than Trey White. And again, like, good coverage down the field, and you can make that call, you can not make that call, but why are you making that call, right? Like, why are you making that call? You made that call already the play before on Taryn. You already made that call. You know what I mean? You didn't make that call earlier on Cooks in the end zone. Why didn't you make that call?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I'm not saying this is like, yo, we need some explanation. It's
totally.
What are we actually having conversations about?
I just felt bad that it came down to
oh, for sure.
That kind of stuff, you know? Like,
I think they should have taken time.
Like, taking some
like
time.
at least, I mean,
one thing,
at least the league should have stopped and been like, all right,
one thing
this is such a pivotal.
Without a doubt. One thing is for certain, I don't know a person on God's green earth who wants that job.
Well,
what?
Who wants to be an NFL ref?
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had a conversation with some of those guys?
But here's the thing I have, and some of them have been most of them, to be honest, normal, awesome dudes. And then there's outliers, just like every facet of life.
Someone want their FaceTime.
I would be privy, like some of the guys.
Yeah, it's a tough job.
I'm sitting there having a conversation, like the offensive line guys just hanging around the line.
Yeah,
usually pretty cool guys.
Pretty cool. Those, yeah, absolutely.
Well, we don't really kind of mess with the guys who hang out with you
on the outside. No, there's some. You just have like, I mean, I missed the first 5 games, and so like, you know how I be. Like, I am pretty aware of. I feel like I'm pretty intuitive too. Like, some of these guys, like you said, are great dudes. I still have conversations with Brad and Terry, and you know they come up to me every game like, "Boy, are you still playing in the damn league?" You know,
after year 8, they're like, "Damn, you're still." That's all they talk about. Is you're still doing this thing. I'm like, "Shut up, man!
Yeah, man, try to keep up with you." And you know, but then there's others that like, it's like, sir, like I know you hear me, and I know you hear my question, and you're choosing to just like give me a blank face and like, you know what I mean? It's like, brother, like there's a human element to all this. And I think that some of them, like you said, will meet you where it's supposed to be met at. And the others I just don't agree with that. And I feel like there's got to be a level of all the referees need to meet us at that same level that the cool referee hanging out in the middle of the huddle is doing. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, the unfortunate thing is kind of like the 13-second thing, how that implemented change. I don't know what change can be made, right? I don't know the rules that well, but hopefully this does spark at least a conversation to push the game forward. Speaking of that, pushing, I don't know, that was a shitty transition. What do you,
what are we going to push?
What do you guys got going on this offseason?
Man, so my team and I, we have put together a community where we open up spaces and we hold space for people to come explore the power of breathwork, the power of cacao, the power of movement. And so the community is called Illuminate, and we're going on tour essentially combining music, movement, medicine, breathwork, and community together, and we put a tour. We put a tour with it. So we're going to Portland, Denver, Miami, and LA in the early month of May. It's on our website called tour.illuminate.me. Really multi-sensory wellness event to where, again, we're going to dive in, share, learn, grow, evolve, connect, eat, dance, laugh, maybe cry. But I think it's an important thing for me to try to use my platform to share my story about, overcoming addiction, overcoming, certain things in my life that, breathwork has helped me ground myself into understanding
where's up
the specific directions, the way I need to talk to myself. Simple things like, how are you talking to yourself, right? Like, are you talking to yourself in a positive manner? Are you giving yourself the gratitude? Are you giving yourself forgiveness? Are you giving yourself love? Or are you talking to yourself in a negative manner? My old self always beat myself up. You're not good enough here. You're not this, you're not good enough here. Well, why am I so, why am I talking to myself so negatively? How can I fix that? Well, part of that is letting go of certain attachments that we hold on to that don't allow us to move the way that we want to move and feel the way that we want to feel, essentially being our true, most authentic self, which is on the highest vibration chart, right? It's love, authenticity, gratitude, and on the bottom is greed, hate, anger. And so the idea is to live in your truest self, your most authentic self, in a state of love, in a state of gratitude, as much as we can. There's so much going on in the world that, we attach ourselves to things that we can't control and allow that to now control how I think and how I live and how I move in this world, right? And all the answers that we need are already within us, right? And we just need to learn how to gain access to those answers through breath work, through meditation, through plant medicine, right? You sit with plant medicine the right way with setting an intention. It'll allow you to peel back the layers of your subconscious and really, understand the questions that I had. Who am I? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? Right? Like, why am I here? Why am I holding on to this emotion? Why do I not like that? And then you just kind of peel back that layers. And when you kind of realize that the things that you're holding on to in the grand scheme of it all, it doesn't even fucking matter.
So my question to you is, you've gone through this huge transformative phase in your life. You've had all these tools to, I don't know if you want to say better yourself, but that's what I would say. Just, or put yourself in the best mental space, clarity, whatever you want to call it. And then you get back into a locker room and you have all these tools. You want to help other guys. It's probably not fair to ask everyone to meet you at the place you're at right now, but you have tools to give them. What tools did you find you're able to give that locker room that were the easiest for guys to grasp, or were there ones that you're like, oh, I didn't expect this to resonate with them that much, and they seem to really like this? Because I know you're a treasure trove of those kind of, that kind of stuff.
It's just showing up every day the best you can. And I know that's like very broad, but it's something as simple as like waking up and the choice is like to be in a good mood or to not be in a good mood. God gave you whatever God, source, whatever your belief system is, like God gave you the ability to make a choice in this moment when my eyes open to this new day of what type of attitude I'm going to have. And one thing that I needed to fix was my attitude in the morning when I woke up to go about my day, because that was affecting then my daily decisions or my daily even energy, like how I came in a room, right? Like, like I know my energy rubs off on people, right? Like, so if I come in a room negative or all mopey, or other people feel that, other people sense that, right? But
hey, week 11, it'll test you now.
Test you, right? And that's where that's where I hunkered down, bro. Like, that's where I was like, I knew exactly what I needed to do when I signed that dotted line to go to Buffalo, right? Like, I knew I was going to play. I knew I needed to prepare myself to get ready to play. I knew how I needed to prepare myself throughout the week. I knew exactly what I needed to do. Some of the stuff that I didn't even do the year before. I knew I needed to do the year before, but I wasn't, right? Like, I wasn't spending that extra little oomph.
Right.
I wasn't spending the extra time with my teammates to learn about them. I wasn't showing up for the people around me, right? Because that energy, it moves, right? Like, and so again, me changing the way that I showed up in the world was the best way to show people, that show others, like, okay. And there were people that asked me, like, yo, why the fuck you always happy all the time? You know, like, why you always, like, you got great perspective. Like, how can you see?
It's a
You know,
choice.
we just, it's a choice.
It's a
yo.
choice.
Like, it's a choice. Like, why am I gonna sit here and sulk in this nonsense when I can put my focus on what's actually gonna benefit me moving forward, right? Like, yeah, the season's over. Okay, yeah, I'm sad we lost, but like, I'm gonna keep living.
You can
like,
take a moment to
you know what I
reflect
mean? I'm
on
gonna take
that.
a moment, 24 hours, 40 hours, however long that is. But I'm not gonna sit here and not live my life because of something that happened last week, last year, right? You gotta learn how to, in breathwork, just allow me to regain awareness of my thoughts, of my actions, regain awareness of my choices, and ground me, bring me back centered, right? It's a balance, right? I don't want to be too over there and I don't want to be too over there. It's just like, it's a balance between like, when I go into the game, like, I'm Super Saiyan. Like, it's okay to be like, I'm gonna fuck you up today. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, that's why I do game day Jordan's great.
You know, but like, that's part of it, because like, it's part of the journey. Like, we play the game, so play the game. Don't let the game play you. That's why I always tell the boys, like, play the game. Play the game. Don't let the game play you. Once you let the game play you, it's over with.
No.
When you're playing the game and you're in the flow, shit's gonna happen. You're gonna miss a block. I'm gonna miss a tackle.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. It's NFL. Keep playing. Keep going. It's gonna come down to the last play, last drive, last series.
Last
man.
13 seconds.
Last 13 seconds. Hey, I'm alive, bro. I'm alive.
No, I didn't mean to say it in that way.
It's all good. It's all
But I mean,
good.
that's,
Fuck this guy.
come on now.
No, I
Learned
don't.
a lot about myself that moment. So I look back and
Well,
yeah, it sucked, but
Dude, no, here's. I will. I will say what is fun. Because we would always get there pretty early to game day, and we get IVs for at least
Same
probably
time.
3 years.
yeah.
See this man get in his zone. Everyone gets in their zones differently. For me, I didn't want any music or nothing. This man just needed a vibrating gun. And you could just see his mood change from when he got into the IV room to leaving. I'm like,
That was the time when I knew it was like,
well, because they put us in that little bunker.
yeah, it used to be cold too.
Cold.
Cold as hell. The IVs bags be cold.
Oh, you know what's crazy?
fuck.
What I was thinking about is they would put those right next to heaters. So we were just taking plastic water. Just stirring our, and you know what? I would do it all over again.
All
too.
over
Oh,
again,
was
dude. Again, I've
fantastic.
missed my IVs a bunch of times too, bro.
Which is
Holy
wild.
cow.
Okay. You big, so we're just going to change this completely. We're trying to do a fun segment. We were chatting at breakfast earlier today. You a big breakfast guy?
I'm a big breakfast guy.
Do you, are you a bacon sausage guy or do you do turkey bacon?
I'm turkey bacon, chocolate chip pancakes, over easy eggs. That's really like my go-to.
Okay.
I love biscuits and gravy. Big
Yeah.
biscuits and gravy fan. Yes.
I can see that. See,
Yes.
that's the killer in it.
I do love some biscuits and gravy.
Demon that still lives in
I
this
do
man.
love some biscuits and
Biscuits
The
gravy.
demon that still
gravy.
lives in this man everywhere.
Oh,
All
my
right, so we're gonna
goodness.
ask you just a few, like, it's not crazy. All right, so if you say you get a turkey sausage, would you rather a turkey sausage patty or a turkey sausage link?
Turkey's the second one. Turkey
The,
sausage.
the link.
Yeah.
Would you? Well, no, I think there's because I mean the patty I would have to be exclusively on to a sandwich.
Sure.
It's easy to put on a
Sure.
sandwich.
100%.
That's what we were getting
Yeah.
at.
Steak and
yeah.
eggs. Steak and eggs.
I'm,
for
yeah,
breakfast,
not for breakfast. Not for
Not for
breakfast.
breakfast.
No, not for
That's
breakfast.
what I'm saying.
Not for
Breakfast.
breakfast.
There's got to be a time.
Yeah.
There's got to
You
be a
can still eat it in
time.
the morning.
You
though.
sure?
like
you
late
can.
morning.
Sure. I
Yeah.
would eat it after a
Brunch.
workout, like brunch for
Yeah.
sure. But
Like
like,
11, you can't
not a
do it
big
like
steak
nah,
and
you're not
egg.
gonna start your
Like
day.
if
No,
you're
I'm not
if you're
starting my
crushing
day.
steak and eggs before what we said 9
No.
a.m.
I would eat me a steak with not eggs too, but like before a 1 o'clock game, I'm eating a steak.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
eating
but
a
that's- but
steak
that-
and,
that would
like,
be in the AM.
broccoli. Yeah, it'd be in the AM. That'd be
That,
like
but
a
of course,
brunch.
game day that's exclusively
Totally different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You do insane behavior for game
You're
day.
fueling.
Just to go out there and play.
Yeah. What was the other one we had?
Cream cheese or butter on a bagel.
Butter and jelly.
Oh,
Butter and jelly. Hey, you know what's interesting? I got put onto the game. I was not familiar with that game and until later in my career. Phenomenal play. I don't do it myself.
butter and jelly.
English muffin,
Oh,
butter, jelly. English muffin, butter, peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
both.
It's good protein.
Yeah.
Or would you rather do bagel or English muffin?
English muffin. I would rather do English muffin.
It's because I was telling Casey, I think there's a time and day for a bagel, but an English muffin it can be just a accoutrement to the rest of your breakfast.
Yeah.
A bagel's commitment.
That's the whole thing.
It's all, dude. That's all. That's my whole carb I'm having for my breakfast. Thing. Is this bagel?
And I'm wasting half of it because I really don't want to eat that.
My biggest thing in breakfast, the biggest issue of why I would steer from butter, when we talked about this at breakfast, is either you have the fake butter where you can just scoop, spread it on, and it's perfect, or you just have the actual legitimate real butter that's frozen, and you can't spread it. You gotta wait an extra 10 minutes, maybe put it beside the toaster while you're toasting. To me, it's not worth it. Then I just
put frozen ones, like if they're frozen, if they're cold, the stack of pancakes, I'll put it like under the stack and close it to kind of let it warm up. Then I'll take it out, peel it with the butter knife, and let it just drop on the pancakes.
See, for how skinny you are, you have fat tendencies, dude. It's crazy.
That's a fat tendency.
Yeah, because honestly, that's fantastic. What else? Well, another question we're gonna ask is, do you have any football hot takes? We already kind of went through it in regards to the rule stuff. But I would say, do you have any crazy football? So mine was like, I'd actually love your thought on this. How can you ban a play like the tush push just because one team was so good at it? It's literally just a QB sneak with pushing players. If I'm a guy down the field and I see a pile, I'm going to try to push my guy forward.
Sure.
And honestly, the efficacy of it definitely went down this year. I'm getting stopped way more often. I just don't know how you can ban a play like the
I don't think you can. I don't think you should. I mean,
anybody can do it.
Yeah, anybody can do it for sure. And until like there's not been anything seriously bad happen on these plays, right? It just can't be stopped. So
I mean, it's just kind of a bummer to watch every so often from a fan's perspective.
I think there's a lot worse things that the league needs to fix.
I have a question for you. Okay, a few years ago they eliminated cuts on the thing. Dude, all it did was make high-speed collisions in the back end.
Yeah, there's some business decisions being made over the last couple of years when I see somebody like Mitch pulling around and trying to
the last couple of years, it's a different person pulling around. I'm making business decisions myself.
No, because I mean, you used to be able to cut. I don't know, open field for sure, but even somewhat in the tackle box, like is getting ticky-tack, right? Like I get a pulling guard, I'm playing the edge of the defense, or pulling tackle, like. It's physics. Like, what do you want me to do? What else do you want me to do? I'm trying to make a tackle, and so like all he's gonna do.
Those are cool though. The guys who go under the.
Those are cool, but like
sick.
That's once. You're gonna do that once a year, maybe.
But damn, is that gonna look cool?
So you're gonna do that once.
Well, but
a year.
You need that once. So you can be like, that's what I'm just trying to do every time.
For sure. Now you see it. Now you see that
now
I
you
do
know
that.
I can.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
And now, as soon as I try, you're gonna fucking put your face mask right into my back, bro, and then lay on top of me while I'm on the ground, bro. You might not do that, but like Dion would do some shit like that. Dion, their offensive linemen are mean, man. They want to lay on top of you and everything. But yeah, I think that rule's ridiculous. But I mean, what do I know? I just got to go out there and play defense and try to stop the offense from scoring points. It's an offensive league. They want everything. They want points up. They want numbers up.
As an offensive guy,
yeah,
it's awesome. It's awesome. Last question. Totally not fair. It's 2 weeks postseason, 3 weeks postseason. You're gonna sit with yourself a little bit to see if you got any more football left.
Definitely am. I do feel like I still have some in me. I still feel like I found a little rhythm this last year that kind of got some more excitement to be like, okay, like, what if, So I'm taking one day at a time, enjoying my family right now, enjoying, being home, being here, hanging out. I put a lot of work into even me sitting right here talking to y'all. It's crazy, 13 years in the NFL, dude. Like, you think about
13, dude. Have you thought about it?
No, bro.
13 years.
Insane, bro. I was a 7th round pick. Like, I just wanted to get through 1 year, just get on the team. Here we are, bro. But no, I appreciate you guys a lot for having me on. You guys are awesome, Mitch. Love you, dude.
I love you, dude.
You're the man. Yeah, I appreciate you guys,
dude. Hey, I gotta tell you, and I know I've said this before, told Casey plenty of times, especially when we were gonna get you on. Like, I like to surround myself with exceptional people and good folks. It's what I love. It fills my cup up, and cup's full after talking to Jordan Poyer every single time.
My brother.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man. I love you, man. I appreciate that. Casey, I appreciate you a
Jordan.
lot, brother.
Dude.
You guys keep killing it. What's up?
we'll keep,
No.
we'll keep doing whatever,
keep
man.
killing
Well,
it.
I appreciate it, buddy. It means
Appreciate
a
you
ton.
guys.
All right,
Peace,
bud.
peace.
There's nothing I can do about it now.